We just got a new grapple for the RK25. It's right here. Brand new. I'll tell you where I got it in the link, but it is made in the U.S. Not only made in the U.S., but it is made in Ohio by a young fellow down in Licking County, and I'm ready to try this out. We're going to find out if it can lift the logs. It is much lighter than my one over here. Still seems to be built pretty heavy, but we're going to test it out. We're going to see if this can lift like I want it to lift, and that is bring it closer to the tractor, lighter weight so we can lift more wood, and hopefully this will accomplish that all at the same time. We're going to find out. I have been questioning the last couple years if these grapples are way overbuilt. And I thought at first it might be funny, but then I saw that Rock Hill Farms said something in last week's video, and I want to post that real quick.
But when you look at how heavy duty built these are, you know, I've got a big stout tractor, and you put that tractor on it, it's going to be all the machine can do to carry the grapple around. Stuff's so overbuilt.
And that's my thoughts exactly. So this is what we're looking at right now to fix. Okay, the first thing I notice here is it's snapped in okay, but it's not maybe the easiest because it will come through. So maybe I need to weld a plate on there. Either way, it did work. Okay, there is no fluid in here yet, which is why it can just swing right now. So this is the size comparison between the two. You can see that. So I'm thinking, even though it looked big on the pallet, that this will be much more efficient. Okay, we got them locked in place. Next we have to hook up our hoses. We'll also have to be careful because our fluid right down here, we got to add a little more fluid. We're right at the bottom of the thing, and especially since we're going to be adding more into this cylinder, it's going to take up some more space. I found some great tools to release the pressure. Like that. Okay. There you go. I think we can safely assume that that one's probably under pressure also. Okay. Good. Now we're going to fill this cylinder up for the first time. Okay, that was successful. I want you to look at one thing back here. Now, you'll see our fluid level is pretty much right where it's supposed to be. But I'm going to add more because I'd rather have it a little full, because pulling these out, you lose oil. You're always dripping. And there is a vent if it's overflowed too much. I've never had it overflow out, even though I have put it in. So We're going to add a little bit more right now. Start off with the smaller one first, just to get it out of the way. See if we can control it. What do you think? Not too bad. Let's just move it out of the way for now. This is the big one. This one right here is the one we really struggled with. Make sure we're not pinching anything. If we're not, I don't want that getting pinched or cut. Might have to shorten it or something. Okay, so this one here was putting the whole thing to the test. And I've noticed that on this grapple compared to the other one, you can see I can rock it here. The other one would literally shake the whole tractor because of its weight. So it looks like the way this works, we'll open it up, you put it down, and you just push till you hit it, like that. Close it. Okay. Look at that, no problem. Much easier to lift. Okay, let's open it back up, pull back. Okay, so what we do, we come in, we close. I don't know if, I guess I don't do that. Close, roll back, lift. Now, let me show you the size of this log. So we're a good 21 inches in diameter that way, about 20 inches that way. So this is a good size log for us. And this is picking it up much easier than with the other grapple. It's not straining. If you noticed, I didn't even turn the RPMs up. I'm still on the lowest. And that is big in itself, because before I had to constantly increase the RPMs just to get it to lift a little bit. And that's the same log. So I'm going to count this as a win, a big win. In the meantime, we're going to put some logs down so it's not laying on the ground. I don't know if that's going to work or not. Okay, now the next is behind the camera. My load of logs fell over on the one side, and I want to get this picked up. We'll see how that goes. Well, look at that. We can pick up both logs at the same time. Wow, I would not have guessed that. Okay, well, I would not have guessed that we could do that. I'm going to give you my honest thoughts now about it, because my other ones weren't honest. No, that's not the case. These logs right here were from the trees we cut down in our felling videos. And I was running up the sawmill because I hadn't ran it in a couple months, and I wanted to make sure it still ran. So we've got these logs here. They are ready to mill. The grapple, though, that is something that has bothered me since the day I got it. And I really liked that grapple. It has done quite a bit. It hasn't been used a whole lot, but when I did use it, I always liked it. But I always felt like it was so top heavy, front heavy on the tractor, that it wasn't effective for my weighted tractor. I think that grapple is an excellent grapple. I got it from Titan Attachments in Tennessee. I don't think it's American made, but it's a good grapple. It does its job. They did a good job building it. This one here, though, is made by a guy in Ohio. And he asked me to try it out. I said, well, I found him first, and I said I wanted to, and he said, well, let him know what I think of it. Well, Matthew, I think it's great. There's a few tweaks I would do, and that is figure out how to get the hoses protected, which you can see actually I need to tighten that down. It's not leaking, but overall I think it's built great. It's lightweight. So often we think everything has to be heavy duty. Well, I don't think this one's not heavy duty. It's just lighter weight. It is built different. It is engineered for logs on smaller tractors. And it just proves it, but the way it was lifting up these logs 2 at a time here. And my other one, I believe, weighs somewhere around 400, 450 pounds. I don't know for sure, but I think that's where it's at. And that's because of the shipping weight when I received it. But I know it is heavy. It is very heavy. This one, you can lift it by yourself if you really want to. I don't recommend it, but you can. The other one, it's impossible. This one closes to be a lot smaller. You do not feel it shaking the whole tractor when you lift up and it bounces. It doesn't do that. And that tells me that it is much more efficient. So what does it do? It puts the logs closer to the front end loader. The other one would put the logs clear out here. Well, that extra foot makes a big difference. And the extra 200 pounds, I'm going to guess 200 pounds difference in weight, that's a lot of log. That brings you to lifting hardwoods and not just the softwoods. So, yeah, I'm happy with this. Hopefully we'll have some videos soon on sawing some lumber. If you're interested in this grapple, you can see the information below. Or can I put it there? I'm not sure if I can share it or not. While you're not thinking about it, why don't you subscribe and give a like on this video? One thing I forgot to mention here is, compared to the other grapple, this one has a center tooth. So it makes it work better for picking up logs. I don't mean like those kind of logs, but I mean like firewood logs. Some of those that are too big to lift because you got a hernia or because you don't want to get a hernia. This tooth takes care of that problem. They kept slipping out of my other Grapple because it only had the outside. This one's got a center one. So not only is it lighter, it is still heavy duty, has a center tooth, and maybe the best part of all, it's half the price. You'll have to look it up for yourself because in case the price raises, but I don't know how you can get better than that. It's made in the U.S., made in Ohio, right where I'm at. It's got all the features on it. Looks like it's top-notch welding and made basically custom order. We'll find out. Hey, take care. Have a Merry Christmas and God bless.